Olin here. Issue 12 is finally upon us, or at the very least, the first half of it is. Now, Issue 12 contains a lot of great quality of life updates to the game. A lot of things that make the game more accessible for everyone, more fun, easier to get into. Or at least that's the idea. Now, in addition to that, they've added in some content for free. There's going to be 3 world bosses added into the game, one for each section of zones. So one for the Solomon Island zones, one for Egypt, and one for Transylvania. And then they have also added back into the game the Bird of the Zero Point Pathogen as a raid. Now, previously that was part of the the event leading into Tokyo, but they've added that back in. It's a 10-person raid, and it's harder than the current Manhattan Exclusion Zone raid. Now, that is free. The paid content for issue 12 is 2 dungeons, both elite and nightmare versions of those dungeons. Those utilize the full Aegis system here, right? And they take place in Tokyo and sort of further the storyline for the Tokyo area. Like John is part of it, things like that. Now, in addition, they are also adding in nightmare versions of all the raids, but you have to have issue 12 for that. So issue 12, what you pay for are those 3 raids and the 2 dungeons, elite and nightmare version, right? Now, that doesn't seem like much, but they're sort of using this as a way to gauge interest in further dungeons and raid content in the future. So if you like raids and you like sort of the high end content for the Secret World, then you really should buy this issue. What does it cost, you might ask? Well, all the issues cost $10 worth of Funcom points. I believe that's 1,200 Funcom points. If you would like to get the collector's edition, that is 3,000 Funcom points, which I believe is $25. In addition to the just the normal content, what you get is this shirt, the Kittens of Ulthar. I'll log in one of my female characters and show you what it looks like on a female, but I'm pretty sure it looks like a t-shirt there too. And what else do you get? Well, you get this lovely curiosity, the Orochi Personal Devastator, which I guess is the DPS pairing for the Orochi Damage Inhibitor, which came with one of the earlier ones. This one is a nifty little thing. It increases damage dealt by 2% for 2 seconds. Every 2 seconds, the damage increase value increases by 2% up to 10%. Once it gets up to 10%, the effect ends, which is neat, a little ramp up of damage. But once you do that, it blocks all curiosities for 3 minutes. So if you think you're going to be taking damage and you might need the Orochi Damage Inhibitor, don't use it. Anywho, you also get this nifty pet, the Orochi Scorpius Mini. That is a cool looking pet, and I imagine the money from the shirt that it's kind of bland went, you know. Previous collector's editions had slightly nicer outfits. The last one wasn't really that great either. It was just a gray scientist robe like jacket thing. So, but last one also had a really cool pet. So there is that. And yeah, let's get into the sort of meat of the issue, shall we? So let's take a look at some of the quality of life changes here in issue 12. Well, for one, they've consolidated all of the currencies down into black bullion and kept packs. So all of the sequence of whatever zone, the credits of Kadoro, the Aureus of Initiation from scenarios, the PvP marks, those have all become black bullion. There's a cap of 2,000 black bullion, or 2,400 if you are a subscriber or a grandmaster. So they've done that, and they've added in this Mark of the Pantheon, and those will be used to buy better gear beyond the current max, or previous max of the 10.5. On that note, they have added in a bit of progression on your gear, so whereas before the max was 10.5, they've changed that where with the Marks of the Pantheon, you can buy components that take it up to, I believe 10.7 is the current max. When the second half of issue 12 comes in, it's going to go up to 11, because, you know, we have to make references to movies, right? How else can you do that if you can't go to 11? Alright, so how do you get the Marks of Pantheon? Well, that is with this, the Challenge Journal. So daily quests have come to the Secret World, or some version thereof. Now, there's 4 daily challenges. Those are always going to be random. There's going to be 1 PvE mission. There's going to be 1 scenario mission. There's going to be a PvP mission and 1 dungeon mission. And just randomized every day, and those will give you Black Bullion, packs, and Marks of the Pantheon. Then there are these weekly challenges, which I believe are going to be consistent. Not completely positive on that, but that's what I read. So there's a little bit more of a variety here, and there's more rewards than just the normal 3 Black Bullion packs and marks. There's things like for scenarios you'll get satchels of augmentation. For layer bosses you'll be able to get signet reward bags. I think everything else is mostly Black Bullion packs and marks. And then beyond that there are these sort of keeping tabs of how many challenges you've completed. It goes up through 25, and when you get up to 25, you get a Satchel of Trials, which gives you the either a Deep Mystery box or a Mystery box, which is nice. Otherwise, you just get XP as you go up there. And then, beyond that, even better, there is a new social window. Previously, the social window was not very used. Well, it wasn't really a social window. It was a looking for group window, and people really didn't use it. You could occasionally get normal mode dungeons out of it, which was fine, but beyond that, you were out of luck. Because, well, partly because you couldn't really post any comments. So they've added in this little 120 character spot for comments, so you can say what you're looking for, what your experience is, what your gear is. It's kind of nice. What you're looking for, where you are, what difficulty you're looking for, what your role is, all that fun stuff, the standard. But beyond that, they have more activities than just dungeon runs and scenarios. You can advertise your Cabal, or one of the options is to trade, or these social things. So you can look, say you're, hey, I'm looking for a role playing, or there's a DJ party now playing in London, or what have you. So it's kind of neat. I'm hoping people take advantage of this. It is much better than the previous just standing around in Agartha spamming, hey, I'm looking for my 18s. Woohoo, please, please, someone pick me. I'm a DPS. Oh dear God, please pick me. Um, so yeah, those are the major PvE changes that I can think of offhand. They have also actually added a little bit to PvP. It's not huge changes as far as PvP goes, but it is kind of nice. They made a number of changes. For example, the uniform types that you wear when you enter a zone that give you the buffs, those have been tweaked to dial in more on the suit's role, as well as just give you more hit points in general. Also, the buff that you get when you enter a PvP zone, this where is it? Equal footing buff, that maxes out your gear qualities. So regardless of what you were wearing before, it could be quality level 0 gear. When you go into a zone, it will give you the equivalent of whatever the highest at the moment is. So right now that is, I believe, 10.7. When the second half of issue 12 comes in, it's going to be quality level 11 gear. So you don't need to worry about what you have equipped. You can just go in and fight. Beyond that, the winners of matches in El Dorado and Stonehenge are going to be granted Marks of the Pantheon and Black Bullion. You'll get those in Fusang here by completing quests. The quests before used to come in here and there would be just a list of static quests. Now they change every 5 minutes, so if you don't like what's going on right now, you can wait just a couple minutes and pick up a new quest and have a go. And I believe those are how you get Marks of the Pantheon and Black Bullion here in Fusang. So it's nice. Nothing completely earth-shattering quite yet, but it's a step in the right direction, I think. That's my opinion, as someone who doesn't really PvP, so grain of salt with that. So if you're looking for the Bird of the Zero Point Pathogen raid, you can find that here in Agartha. It's on a lower branch, and the easiest way to get there is to just turn right here as if you're going over to Egypt. Fall down, and it's right over this way. A little bit of tinkering, but right down here. There isn't really another terribly easy way to get here. It's sort of hidden-ish, but you want to run up the branch until you get to right over there. And there you go. The Corrupted Portal. The Bird of the Zero Point Pathogen raid. So let's say you're interested in fighting a world boss. Well, the easy way to do that would be to wait until someone calls out that they're summoning a world boss, and then jump in on that, because everyone who participates in the fight gets a loot bag. Just like everyone who participates in one of the anniversary golem events gets a loot bag, or the Golden Weekend golem events get a loot bag, same mechanics. The people who summon the boss get a secondary loot bag, so you might be interested in summoning it yourself, right? Well, that's a little bit easier said than done. Basically, you need special keys from each of the layers in every region. You put together the ones from the area of the world that you're interested in, so Solomon Island, Egypt, or Transylvania. You put those together, and you get 8 people to join in with you, and you all summon the world boss. It's a little bit harder than it might sound because layers are kind of dangerous spots. But if you have a good enough group, good enough team, or you're just that damn awesome yourself, shouldn't be too much of a problem. Just takes a little bit of time and effort. And finally, we have the new dungeon, the Manufactory. You should get a notification from Daimon Kyoto to meet him here in the Orochi Tower. So, there we go. Hey, cat, got something for you at the tower. Yay, and that's pretty much it. So nothing special. But he's here in the lobby of Orochi Tower. If you don't have issue 11, don't worry. You just need to be grouped with someone who is, because as soon as the leader goes into the dungeon, you should be fine. You just can't get in here and pick up the mission yourself. But it is right here. Daemon Kyoto waxed enigmatic, saying that there is a special something and a special someone down in the basement levels of Orochi Tower. The man is playing a mad game, but his instincts are always uncanny. This needs investigating.
Oh, look what the poker hand spat out. My favorite wild card. You got my message. Thought we might have a chin wag. Wanted to thank you. You had a part in the pandemonium. We made the most unlikely of things happen. Over monsters and ancient magical orders, a rowdy band of miscreants came out on top. A dead man's hand cashes in the pot. Gozen and Embeda are still here, still doing their thing. But the Corinto Kai has the footing. We've got the panache. When Kaidan rebuilds, we'll be running this place. The dragon will have the choicest bits of Tokyo. Also, wanted to have a little bit of a confessional. There's a reason we came out of the chaos better than the others. We knew it was coming. I knew. Nothing really comes into my town without me knowing. So, the bomb. It blew opportunities wide open. And I let it. I'll pay for that in some upcoming eternity. I'm not asking for forgiveness. That's boring. Want a party? Sometimes you have to blow out a whole lot of candles. You're here for what comes after. Oh, you didn't think I'd help kick off the apocalypse without a backup plan crammed in my pocket, did you? What'd you think that bulge was, huh? Oh, you're gonna love this. Way down in the sublevels, there's something very special. All the way from Antarctica. Maybe you know what it is. There's also a special someone down there. Together, they're the key to cleaning the filth from Kaidan. Took some shoe leather, but I got your clearance all the way down. I know. But why should I listen to the drop-dead gorgeous sociopath and go down to the scary basement? Not advisable. You have a choice. Go down there and regret the action, or leave now and forever regret the inaction. Totally up to you. When curiosity bites, do lunatics like us even have a choice?
That man is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Maybe like a fox, perhaps, but still insane. Anywho, that is the content of the first part of issue 12. Hopefully that helped with folks. I will actually also mention that the little challenge window, That comes up automatically every time you log in. You can turn that off by going into the menu, go to Settings, come on, and Interface Options. There we go. Show challenges on login. Right there. You can click that off and be done with it. If you don't want to deal with the dailies, that's fine. So, just letting you know about that one. And thanks for watching. Hopefully this was helpful, and hopefully you enjoyed. Until next time, folks. Later. Hey folks, thanks for watching. If I missed anything, feel free to point it out in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, or if you found it helpful, please consider tossing a like my way. Also, if you'd like to see more videos like this in the future, maybe subscribe, it'll let you know when I post things to my channel. Also, if you'd like, there are a couple videos down below. If you turn on annotations, you can click on through to the playlists of the videos themselves. I have a Secret World Let's Play. Currently I'm in Solomon's Island. I'm not covering everything. I'm covering what I consider the story important bits. I also have a playlist of helpful Secret World videos. It's not very large at the moment, but this video, for instance, goes in there. You might find it useful, or you might want to pass it along to someone else who might find something in there useful. Also, for the heck of it, there's a Let's Play of Life is Strange. There's a good number of references to H.P. Lovecraft and Twin Peaks in that. You might enjoy it. Anywho, until next time, folks. Later.